Hello, everyone. Good evening. I hope I am audible to all of you, and I am live right now. So please let me know once as we do. Yeah, we'll be starting this session in next 2 minutes. I know I'm late today, but yeah, it's been 2 minutes only. So let's get started. In meanwhile, please let me know what we have seen in yesterday's session. Which different concept we have seen. Correct. Just let me know. And don't just spam this present, sir. I know that you are all present in the class. Instead of that, let me know what we have seen in yesterday's session, what we have seen in yesterday's boot camp. Apart from that, have you guys practiced this context API yesterday? Whatever we have seen in the class. If the video is lagging, okay, don't worry about it. I think the cam is not working fine, so might be the audio is proper. Okay. Let me know about the audio quality first. Uh, no worry, no worry. Video is not lagging. Actually, let me share my screen first of all. I think we can start off with today's session then. Okay. So, hi Bhushan. I have seen your message. Don't spam it more times. Okay, sure. So, oh, audio is also lagging. So, yeah. Check it once and let me know if there is any lagging in my audio. Okay, for video it's fine. Okay, but for audio there should be no lagging. Okay, just check it once and let me know, and we can start off with today's session. It's been late already. Okay, so as I promised to you yesterday, today we are going to see to-do application. Okay, to important functionalities, how we can add the items into our to-do list, how we can delete the items from the list, correct? And all these things we are going to perform with the help of use state and the concept called as props that we have seen yesterday, how we can props pass the state or properties from one particular component to another component, and how we can send them back. Correct. So yesterday, actually, we have seen we can pass properties in only one direction. We haven't seen them like, let's say we are passing something from component A to component B, and we haven't seen like how to pass the things from B to A. Correct. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now, yeah, one question I'm getting: what is difference between creating white with yarn and npm? Okay, so the only difference is that so whenever we are creating with the help of yarn, okay, yarn is specially designed for handling, like it is designed for parallel execution of the files that you see in node modules. Okay, and that's why if you see, if you install white with the help of npm, it will take lot more time because one by one packages will be installed. If you are using npm, okay, if we are using yarn, then parallelly execution is being done. That's why it will take less time to install white application with the help of yarn. So that's very simple difference. Correct. Okay, I hope okay, so can we start with the session? I can see 153 have joined. Okay, so I think we can start off with today's session. Perfect. So today we are going to see this to-do application actually, in which if I wanted to add something, let's say I'm adding first mango. Okay, and let's say let's try to add the second item, which is apple. Okay, and if we click on like this number of mango, it will be deleted automatically. Perfect. And all my to-do list has been clear. Correct. So we are going to build this particular to-do application that you can use for your mini projects. Mini projects, I'm saying, for React. Okay, that will be perfect for you. Okay. Okay. So let's get started. What I will do first, I need to show you all the things from scratch. So I will be clearing whole of my div. I will clear my app.js. I will rewrite it one more time. So function app, and we'll be returning something from it. Perfect. And what I'm going to return, okay, let's say, okay, perfect. And okay, I will be deleting this particular file as well. Okay, I think this is fine. Okay, perfect. And again, we need to default export it as well. So export default app. Correct. Okay. So what I will do, I will open up these things side by side. Or apart from that, it is not getting exported. I need to see this thing one more time. So first of all, can you guys let me know how many of you are aware about higher order functions in JavaScript? You might have heard about higher order functions. So we are having filter, we're having reduce, we're having map, right? How many of you have heard about these particular functions? Just let me know in the chat section how many of you have heard about these particular functions. Okay. So I don't think so anyone knows, or there is some latency in between. Right. Okay. So apart from that, what we are going to do today is I will go to my app.js. First of all, I will create the basic structure that we will be requiring for our to-do application. So I will be saying, okay, I want one div inside which I want some another div. Okay. And I have already written the CSS for it. Okay. We can just have a look at it in app.css file. So we have written some CSS. So of course, we are having some container. So I'm gonna just rename it as container, the outer box that we are having, because I just want all of that content to come in the center of the page, vertically and horizontally, as simple as that. Perfect. Okay. I think, yeah, it is coming in the center. I just need to check if it is coming or not. So to-do list, the heading I will give. Sir, I have checked my internet is 50 Mbps, but I think somewhat your video is lagging. So I will do one thing. I will stop my cam, but I hope that video is properly visible to you, right? So something like this we can do. Perfect. Perfect. Yarn create white not working. You need to first of all you need to install it. Correct. Install yarn first, and then need to work on that particular thing. Right. Okay. Sir, can we use align? Of course, you can use align. I will show you the CSS first, whatever I have written over here. First of all, let me see if it is coming onto the center or not. Yeah, I think the classes are not getting applied. Might be we have written some mismatch. Okay. So whenever we are importing CSS, correct, we need to write it over here. So import dot slash app dot css. Perfect. Okay, now if you just go back and see, okay, all of my components are coming in the center of the page. So for that, what I have done, I have simply used one container for the outer div and one class name for inner div, and the styling for that is For the outer container, we have just give it a property of flex. We have align all the content to center using justify content property, and we want all the content to align in the center. So that's why align item center and a height of 70 VH. Correct. So across 70 view height, all of my content will align to the center vertically and horizontally. Correct. For vertically, we are using this, and for horizontally aligning, we are using this particular property, justify content. Correct. I hope everyone has understand. Right. Not able to see the chat. Just give me 1 second. Yes. I think now CSS is clear to you. And apart from that, for inner box, we just simply use this border, padding, and width. Very simple. Okay. So now my next target should be what? Next target should be creating one input box. So below this to-do list, I will do one thing. I will create one div actually. In div, I will be having one input box, or what rather than what I can do, I will say okay, create one div again, inside which we can have our input tag, and in separate div we can have one button. Let's say button is for add. Okay, simple. And for this input tag, I will be giving one placeholder, and that placeholder is having the value. Let's say uh, add new items. Perfect. Correct. What is VH? So VH is vertical height. So whatever screen you see over here, okay. So whatever screen size over here from this particular point to this point, whatever screen size is there, so that is full VH. If you are just saying that okay, I want 100 VH, then it will that particular tag will acquire these particular height, this much of height, and this is full width. So which means VW, view width, whatever we are able to see right now. Correct. So here I'm having my input tag, and here there is one button which is add. And apart from that, I also want to give, let's say, one property there. I think I have already written it, which is going to be, let's say, box one. Correct. Yeah, I think let me give it a box two. So I will be going back over here, and for this do I'll give a property of box two. I will save it. We'll go back and see. Okay, all the items are coming properly. Okay, we are getting items, add items over here and to-do list over here. But apart from that, for to-do list, I think we need to use H4. For H4, I have written some style so that will align the content of it to the center. So I think it is just simple text align to the center. So yeah, now it is coming to the center for H4, and we have already given one background color of purple to it and text color of white. Nothing apart from that. It is just a simple CSS. Correct. Now comes the main part. Okay, now comes the main part. See, so as soon as I change the content inside my input tag, I want it to reflect somewhere. For that, there is one property by the name on change. Correct. And in on change, what I can do, I can, let's say, create one function simple. I will be saying uh, create or something like this, create item. Okay, this is a simple function which we need to create first of all, otherwise it will throw me an error. So where you can create your function inside this function app before return. So I will be saying, okay, const create item is the function. This is actually a arrow function. So something like this you can say. Okay, and you need to do something like this console.log, let's say. Okay, and by default it will take one event. Okay, this create item will take one event. Okay, and if we just say okay console.log e, I want to print that this particular event. Okay, what we can do in this case? भैया कोडिंग रेप्लिट में कर सकते हैं. Yes, you can do. You can also use code sandbox, which is good for React. According to me, you can use code sandbox, which is again online, what can I say, online editor, code editor. What code is needed to make my web page navigation bar fit on mobile phone? Okay, So yes, you need to write your code for responsive design for that, and you need to have an idea of media queries for that. So using media queries, you can write your styles for different screens. Correct. So if you are good with Tailwind or Material UI type of CSS, which is modern day CSS, I think that is good enough for you to learn this what you can say styles for responsiveness on mobile phone on different devices, right? It will work very properly. Okay. Uh, Now, what we will do, okay, as of now, what I have done actually, I have written one function. Let's say I'm changing anything on this input tag. At that time, this create item function will be called. Correct? And let us check if it is getting called or not. By doing inspect on this page, we'll open my console. Uh, what it's saying create item is, oh, I need to check if my function is defined or not. First of all, I will just write something over here. See, as soon as I type anything over here, as soon as I type, one event is getting called. And what I have done, I have just did over here console.log e, and I am able to get this thing over here in my console. As you can see, there is one synthetic base event, one event is triggered. And if you just elaborate this event, you will be able to see that in target, okay, you are actually having the value of it, whatever it contains. Correct. Here it is, you are not able to see that thing, but as soon as I try to print that particular thing, you will be able to see this thing very carefully. Okay, how? Now if you just go over here and instead of saying e, you can just say e dot target dot value. Correct. So e is one complete object, which is event. Of course, event is object. Inside event, we are having this target object. Inside target, we are having this value, key value pair of value. So I just want the value of this particular input box, whatever I'm writing. Correct. Now, okay. So if you just go back now on console, let me just clear my console. And if I type yach, see, I'm able to get yach over here. If I type one full spelling, hello, see, I am able to get the changes which I am trying to make over in my input box, right? So it's very simple now. Okay, now the next thing what we are going to do, as soon as I type my whole name, whatever item I want to add in my to-do list, correct, and if I just click on plus, it should get stored somewhere. It should get stored somewhere. Correct. How can I do that thing? Let me tell you. For that, we need to have one state. We need to have some variables. In JavaScript, we use variables, and in React, we will be using some states. So I will be using one state. Let's say I will create one state by the name item, and just set item function for setting the value to it. And initially, I will call it use state, which is having some empty string or something like that. Okay, perfect. And as soon as I make some changes over here, I want that changes to get reflected in my set item. All those changes should be come over here in my item. Okay, now how to see if values are getting assigned to my item state? Okay, perfect. Let me just do one thing for that. After this do, hmm, okay, after this do, we will be creating one h1 tag, let's say, and inside which I am writing, okay, Adam. Okay, just as of now, just for a few seconds, just to see if it is coming or not. Okay, perfect. So we are getting some error, which is use state is not defined. Okay, so this error might be coming because we haven't defined it. So we just need to import it first. So on the first line, okay, it is imported. Now that issue might be cleared. Just go back, refresh it. Yes, there is no issue now. Now if I just type HELLU, okay, you can see over here that on the below line it is getting reflected whatever I'm typing now. Correct. How is it possible for that? So for that I have used this on change. On change we are calling this function create item. So in create item we have passed the event and we are capturing the value from input tag. So whatever I am typing over there, it is automatically getting assigned to this particular state, which is item. And I am just, okay, I have just rendered it over here. Very simple thing, right? Apart from that, now what we can do, okay, so what I want now, so whatever, see, whenever I will be clicking on this add button, this add button, I want all those things to come below, like one below other. Very simple, right? So for that, what we can do now? Let me take one div first, correct? And inside which we are going to have this. Oh, before this, we need to do something. We need to store it somewhere, right? So for that, I would recommend you guys to download React developer tools, correct? And you will be getting it over here on Chrome extension. Okay, over here. uh, yeah, so I have already installed it, React developer tools. You need to install it just to see how the state is working behind the scenes and all those things, correct? Just add it to the Chrome browser. Okay, apart from that, what you can do, see, after adding it now, see, you will be going to get one this thing over here, this icon in extensions. If you click on the particular thing, correct, React developer tools, and as soon as they are installed, if you just click, if you just, what you can say, expand this, you will be finding one component section over here. See, as I am able to get this component section over here, correct, and I'm having some props, hooks, rendered by, and all these methods as of now. I hope everyone is getting this right. Very simple. So now, what I want, if I click on add, I want to store all. Let's say I'm typing first mango. Okay, so I want this mango should get stored somewhere, correct? And you can see over here, I am having one state in hooks, which is mango, which is held by one state. Okay, that state name is item. So I want multiple things to add. So now the state is apple. If I just keep it, if I just change it from mango to apple, you can see my state is directly changing over here. I don't want that thing. I want it to store it in array. Correct. For that, what we can do? Okay. I will be going over here and I will create one empty array. And for that, I can give any name, let's say. I can give the name to it as item list, and we'll be writing some function for it. And in use state, I will pass one empty array, as simple as that. Correct. Okay, perfect. So on this add button, I need to write one function. Sorry, this particular event is there, right? So whenever someone is clicking on this button, on click, I want to run one particular function, which is going to be add item. Correct. Yes. Very simple. Okay, now I will go back and I will write this function const add item and one arrow function for that, and I will say so I need to update my item list, which is empty array as of now. So I need to update it. For that, I can use this function, which is set item list, inside which I will be using one empty array. For that, I will be saying dot 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 item list, comma, whatever item is there in my input tag, just add it to my existing array. So now this dot 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 means what? It simply means the spread operator. So can you guys let me know in the chat section how many of you are already aware about what does spread operator means? Yes, don't spam present sir please in the chat section. Ask some useful questions. Does anyone know what does it mean by spread operator in JavaScript? Has anyone used it? Okay, dot 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 means all other elements. So yeah, it's something like that only, but let me tell you with the help of example. So we'll be using our online JavaScript compiler of program is correct. Let me take one example, very simple example. It'll just take 20 to 30 seconds for me to explain this. Correct. So let's say I'm having one array which is having some items, let's say 1 2 3 4. Correct. And if see, there are different methods for adding something into my array. So let's say I want to update this particular array or add something to this array. So one method for that is array.push, and let's say if I want to add 5, I will write 5, and let's say this, if I'm doing console for it before and after. Correct. See, the difference is first we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very simple, right? And why we are using spread operator? See, that's the another way for adding something into the array, right? Perfect. So if I want to say, if I just do something like this, dot dot dot, and this array, okay. If inside array I'm spreading all these things, I'm getting something like this, correct? And if I just do it without array symbol, without this thing, see, I'm getting all the things, correct, over here. But I'm able to see that all of them are spread actually, and they are not a array as of now, correct? And if I want to add 5 to it, and if I just run this particular thing, now I'll be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I will remove this line. If I just run it one more time, see, I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means if I want to add something new into my array, I can use spread operator as well. I can spread the existing array. I will add new items to it, and I will just say, okay, like it is done. Correct. So yes, it is used for concatenation purpose, you can say, but we are not doing concatenation. We are just adding new thing. We are not connecting two things. We are adding new things. Correct. Very simple. Okay. So now we'll go back, okay, on our example. And as you can see, I have done this thing. And let me also do console. Or instead of console, I will be able to see this thing in my React developer tools as well. So don't need to worry about it. Perfect. I just refresh my whole page and we'll add 2 items first. I will say first I want, let's say mango. Correct. And you can see here, we can see there are 2 different hooks. First hook is there in which my mango is stored as soon as I change something in my input tag. Correct. And in second state, it is saying, okay, it is an empty array. By default, it is an empty array. And if I just add something, I just click on add, see. Now my second state is get filled with this particular mango. And as soon as I change it to apple and click on add button, see, apple is getting added into my array. So my array size goes on increasing. Array size goes on increasing. Correct. If I write, let's say banana, so all this thing will be getting added into my state, second state. Correct. Yes, technically all the things are inside array only. Perfect. Okay. Next, what I want to show this array on this bottom side as well, on the bottom side only. Very simple. For that, what I can do, correct. If we just go down, and we have already defined one div. For that, I need to do something like this. Okay, we are having item list. We just need to map over it. And yesterday only we have seen how to map on any particular array. Correct. Something like this. If you just do return and write the syntactic sugar form, and if I just take h1 over here, if I just say okay, write e. Okay, if we just go back and see, okay, we are getting e as of now. Okay, actually this is not the perfect way of writing it. It is just taking it as a normal string. If I just write e for element as of now in our case. So as soon as I write apple over here, if I click on add, see, I'm able to see apple over here. Correct. So yeah, that is the only thing I want. Correct. Yeah, chat is a little bit smart today. Okay, I think they know already how the things are working in the scene. Correct. So if I want to add, let's say second state, mango, okay, mango is coming below apple. Perfect. All the things are perfectly working. But as we have seen, as we have heard most of the times that in React, everything is working on component. Correct. But here we are not using component. We are writing the whole code in one single page. Okay. I don't think so. It is looking better for us. And that is not a proper way of arranging the code in React. Correct. We need to divide everything in components. Correct. So what we can do for that? See, from here I will remove this first though, and then I will create one separate component for our to dos. So I will be calling it to do list dot jsx. Perfect. I will be writing this function rafce, the short form, and okay, to do list has been created. Okay, perfect. Then I will call it over here to do list, and of course, which is by default imported on line number 3. And if we go back to do list, and yes, perfectly we are getting these things right. So now what I want, if you just go and see, okay, actually we are getting this to do list, and this is added 2 times just because we don't have anything over here in my, actually in my state over here. Correct. Now what I want to do, I want to send here. Okay, so if you know, the second argument in my map function is what is indexed, or its id, which is by default created. And how it is created, let me show you. First of all, we'll create something. Let's say I'm creating apple. Correct, I'm adding apple, and to do list will come each time, just because I know there are multiple things in my what you can say array. So I'm adding 2 items. So let's say mango has been added. So 2 items are added. That's why I'm seeing 2 times to do list. I need to change it. I need to make it dynamic. Okay. But I want to show you, see over here in my hooks. So I'm getting 0 colon apple 1 colon mango, which is what my array is by default having indexes. Okay. If you know JavaScript, you know this thing. Very simple. Correct. So I want to use these indexes. So the second argument in my map is index, and first argument is, let's say, let's give it a proper name, item only. Correct. And here I need to pass that thing. So I will be saying, okay, first of all, I need to pass data, which is what, which is, let's say, item, and second is ID. So ID, I will be saying, okay, ID is what? ID is index in short, if I have to mention. Correct. And I need to capture those things over here in my to do list. Correct. So I will be passing some props over here. Simply, I will write props. I think yesterday we haven't seen this particular method, but again, this is one another method for getting props. And how will I get, okay, that these are the props I want? So I will be using div. Okay, and inside which, let's say if I use span tag 2 times, in first spam tag we will be getting props dot I want data in first, and in second spam tag, oh sorry, it should be span. Okay, so in second span tag, what I will be getting? So props dot id. Correct. Very simple. Nothing too much complicated that I have written. And see, I'm getting apple 0, mango 1. Okay, like all the IDs I'm getting. So that means, okay, whatever I have written is perfectly perfect. Correct. So now we need to align them as well properly. So for that, what I can do, okay, I will do one thing. I will give it a class name. So class name, let's say box1. I'm giving if. Okay, and I will import the style. So we'll be importing the same style as of now, app.css. Perfect. I will go to my app.csx, and I think I have already done this thing. So let me check if data has been aligned successfully or not. Yes, it has been aligned successfully, but I don't want this box 1 to get appended. I want to give it a box 2 in my case. Correct, it should be box 2, and yes, it should look like something like this. Perfect. So all the data has been added. Okay. Yes. Uh, what are you saying, Atul? I'm not getting Telugu. I think you are speaking on Telugu or something like that. Telugu. Okay. Okay. So very next thing I want right now is, okay, I want one button over here, which will be the button of delete. So I want to delete all these items as well. How I will be able to achieve that thing, right? So first of all, what I will do, instead of this ID now, I will not be using ID over here. First of all, though, I will do simply one thing. I will say button and I will write delete inside it, the content of it. Very simple. I will go back and see, okay, I'm getting delete. Perfect. All the things are perfect over here. Apart from that, in my app.jsx, I think the space is not there. So let me just simply write br tag one more time. Perfect. If you just go back and see, yep, all the things are like working fine. And also in to do, if we just give one br, perfect. All the things are looking like perfect only. Okay. Yes, delete button is good to have, and that we have added already. Correct. Apart from that, now what I want, whenever someone clicks on this particular delete button, uh, I want to change it. Correct. So before that, let me just uh, keep it little bit bigger, so that will look perfect. So yes, now they are looking perfect, kind of perfect. Okay. So now whenever someone clicks on this particular button delete, I want that these should get deleted automatically. Okay. So what I will do for that, as you already know, we have passed the props over here. And what I will do now from my app.jsx, see, as you know that I have passed ID over here already. Okay. Before that, what I want now I will say, okay, I will be using another property, let's say one on select. And on select, I'm calling one function, which is delete item. Okay. And this delete item, where we will define in my app.jsx, simple. I will be saying, okay, delete item, one callback to it. So arrow function, and I will be simply saying, okay, console.log and delete. Okay. Oh, sorry, it should be string. So yes, it is string now. Yes. Please stop doing this thing. Present, sir. Yes, of course. Please stop doing present, sir. Present, sir. I will be sharing the attendance. You already know, guys. In last 5 minutes, I will be sharing attendance. Daily, I'm doing that thing. Correct. So don't need to worry about it. Yes, there are too many ways to delete it using database as well. But as of now, we are not using any kind of database. We are simply working on the states. Correct. We are simply working on the states and just wanted to show you how you can pass something, some data from parent to child component and how you can get it back from child to parent. That is our main teaching over here today. And with that, we are also making this project. Correct. And you can design it according to your needs. You can make it look more beautiful. You can give it proper background, right? Okay. So now what I want, see, I have written one delete item function, but how to see, I have written it over here as well, but I need to call it somewhere now. So what I will do, I will go back to my to-do list, and as you can see over here, what I need to do, on click, I need to use this property on click, what should happen. So I have props dot, and I have written one property. Okay, on select. Correct. I have written one property on select. So now if we just go back and let's say I want to add Apple first, I'll be adding it. Now if I just click on delete button, guys, and if you just go to console, if I'm getting the thing which is delete printed or something like that, correct? If I just click on it, I'm getting delete over here in the output. Correct. I'm getting delete. It means whenever I click delete, that particular function in my app.jsx is getting called. Yes, this particular button is getting called. Correct. Console.log delete. It has been called. But now, how to delete that particular item, or how to get the ID over here? I want to get the elements ID on whatever delete we are clicking. So let's say if it is present at second index, I will be clicking on it, and I should be getting number 2. I want that thing now. For that, the concept is, see, if you just do something like this over here, and if you just say, okay, I need to pass props.id, correct, and that ID should be reflected over here in the ID. and you can, let's say, you can call it over here. Correct. Now let us check. Will it work? Will it work or not? Let's say. First of all, let us just refresh this thing. Okay, I will be adding apple one more time. Correct. I will be adding mango one more time. Let's say. And as you can see, I am getting delete 0, delete 0, delete 0 already. Like it's start printing delete 0, delete 0, delete 1. Correct. But I don't want these things to happen. It is automatically getting called. Whenever I am adding something, it is automatically getting called. I don't want that things to happen. Correct. Okay. So it is not deleting it so many times. Okay. It is just getting called. We haven't implemented the functionality yet, right? So I don't want it to happen. So for that, the thing is now key we need to call it over here. But again, if we are calling it as a callback, it will not get called multiple times. We just need to do this particular thing. Correct. Now if I just go and refresh, if I try to add mango, let's say, correct, clicked on add, and yeah, I will be getting this error. Sorry, this is just a warning, which each of my keys should be having a unique property. Okay, let me clear that as well to you. So we are having index over here. What I will do, let me add key as well over here. So key can be, let's say, index. Perfect. Now I think that error will resolve. Okay, I think this haven't resolved my error. I need to pass it over here in the top. For that, what I can do, I can say okay, this is div, and this key equal to index. I need to pass it in over here. Right. Okay, so we have added apple. We'll be adding mango as of now, and let's say let's try to add another as well, banana. Be adding it right now. Correct. So what if if I clicked on delete now? See, I'm getting delete 0. Okay, that is perfect. I want that as well. And the index of this banana is going to be 2. So if I clicked on banana, I'm getting delete and 2, which means I'm getting the ID called in my these particular function, which is my delete item function. And that's what I want. I want to capture its ID over here. Okay. So now after this comes the interesting part. Okay. After this comes the interesting part, which is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say set items. So whatever items that we are having, correct. Sorry, in my item list actually, I need to refresh it. Okay. So I need to update my item list, right? I need to filter out some data from it. Correct. So in which I'm going to, let's say, pass, sorry, I will be calling one callback inside it. Perfect. And in which I will be passing the existing items which are there, which is item list. Correct. Item list is having my existing all items. Now, what this thing will return? It will return me one specific, what we can say, higher order function, which is item list dot. If you see, I'm getting all the methods which are coming with arrays. So I want to use filter this time. Correct. And filter will give you one callback. And in callback, what are the things that you can call? So whatever the elements of array. So first of all, you can call it as array elements or something like this. And the second thing that you will be passing is the index. Correct. So for all these methods like array.map or array.filter or array.reduce, the first argument is always the array element and second argument is always the index of it. Correct. Very simple thing. Okay. So now what we want apart from that, now what this method should return me. So if I say if my index is not equal to id, the id is coming from where? to whatever button I'm clicking. So I want to return all such items where my ID is not matching with my existing items. And wherever it is matching, this method will filter it out. This method will filter it out. That is what I want. Correct. That is what I want. So now if we just go back and if we just clicked on mango, sorry, you can see that mango has been deleted. If you click on banana has been deleted. If you click on this apple has been deleted. And you have to check this thing in the components as well. Okay, I will show you how the things are working in components. Uh, as soon as I add, let's say, apple, correct. Not able to see. Let me see why the states are not coming over here. Okay, it might be slow right now. I think I need to refresh this. Or let me try to open it in new tab as well one more time. Perfect. Open in new tab. I will go to inspect. I just wanted to show you how the components are working and how the states are working over here. So it is loading my React elementary. I don't know what's the issue, but see, if we just try to add one item, apple, which is added, second item will be adding, that is banana. Okay, it seems there is some issue with my extension. I will fix it. Don't worry about it. And the third item can be anything. Let's say citrus. Correct. It has been added. And if you click on delete, of course, it will be deleted and all these things are there. But now, I hope you are able to understand what we are trying to do. Correct. Are you guys understand what we have done over here? Okay. So this recording of this particular session will be available on YouTube. I hope everyone will perform this practical. Okay, perform this particular project. Okay, and create your own CSS for this. Make it more interactive. Correct. You can use this bootstrap as well for adding this plus button, minus button, addition, or all these buttons that you can use. Correct. It's depend on all of you, right? So this code I will be sharing tomorrow, but I am expecting from you guys that you will do it today only on yourself. I have explained you all the things perfectly, right? So I am expecting from you guys that you will be doing it. Correct. Right. I hope everyone is understanding. So code I will be sharing tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Now I will be sharing the attendance with you. Make sure everyone is filling out the attendance form. Perfect. And tomorrow, what we are going to see? Tomorrow we are going to see how to fetch API in React using different methods. Again, how to submit the form, how to create the form actually, and how the forms are working in React. Okay, if you know these particular things, how the forms are working, how the states are managing, then you literally master the React. Okay, that is only what company want from you. So I have shared the attendance link in the chat. Make sure everyone is filling it out. Yes, forms are great. And also let me know if you are having any issues, any doubt in today's session. I'm here for that. Let me know if you are having any issues, if you are facing anything or something like that. And people are still seeing present, sir, only. Nothing apart from that. Aditya and Adi, I have seen your name, so don't need to just span. Hey, hi, Jagmohan. How are you, man? Perfect. Okay, so I have shared it more than one time. So I think we are done for today's session. And yeah, tomorrow we'll meet one more time for the last day. And tomorrow Diwali is starting, first day of Diwali. So happy Diwali to all in advance as well for that. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye bye.